all right. It is the next day.
Holy shit.
I want to thank Carl Ruiz for showing me a damn good time last night at the Big Apple BBQ. It started with really crappy podcast equipment.
Oh my God, the worst.
And then the podcast equipment crapped out on us.
Right.
And then I went to my phone, and because it was such a good vibe last night, I'm like, oh my God, I got to continue this. So I pushed record on my phone, and then my phone battery died. That's what we were dealing with yesterday with all those guys.
How are we so light on that technology? Is that the way podcasts work?
I don't think it's how everyone else's podcast works.
I don't think Joe Rogan has this problem.
No, Joe Rogan absolutely doesn't have this problem, but he's also the #1 podcast in America.
Oh, new
Big
voice.
shout out to Joe Rogan.
I hate that.
But we were hanging out with the U-Bahn guys.
How good are they?
They were amazing last night. I had so much freaking fun. And I think the problem was...
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, a little Bloody Mary with the U-Bahn hot and spicy Bloody Mary mix.
This is the best Bloody Mary mix you can buy.
Wow, that is... I was going to say delish.
No, but don't do it.
I did, though.
You did. Two Southern people just stopped and looked at us.
But last night was one for the ages, for real. Those guys were so freaking cool. They had Southern charm. They're beating the crap out of me. They're telling stories. The laughs were just ridiculous. And then we're taking pulls off all sorts of bourbon and whiskeys. And I think that might have been the problem yesterday with not focusing on the podcast equipment and the low battery on my phone.
Well, you know, so when you come to these events, you have to have balance, right? So you have to do the podcast, but you got to make sure you get shit-faced too, because
it's all part of
you got to show respect to the South.
It's all part of the deal. Now, I left around 1 in the morning, and then I was checking my Instagram as I was kind of trying to fall asleep, and I'm like, God damn, Carl's still going strong.
5:36, I called it quits.
That's when you said, I'm done? You threw in the towel?
I was eating with Sam Jones.
Yeah.
We went to a French diner, and he was eating steak tartare like he was an orphan.
At 5:30 in the morning?
He kept, he would take he would take a bite, and he'd look at me, what they put in this goddamn thing?
Yeah.
Is that vinegar?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. 2 steak tartares, chorizo, we had escargot, snails for you people in Florida.
Okay. I thought you were questioning me on the escargot.
No, you know that stuff.
I don't like escargot.
No one really does. I think it's the butter they put on it.
Oh, really?
The best escargot I ever had was Rocco DeSpirito. He would purge them. He would feed them special shit at the restaurant for a week before he sold them.
Really?
Yeah, that's why his restaurant closed, because it was too expensive.
Poor Rocco.
I love you, Rocco.
Well, we love Rocco. I've noticed right away the difference between last night and today. It's on now today, obviously. Yesterday, Everyone was just kind of hanging and getting their barbecue pits and everything going and getting set up. And today I noticed even the U-Bahn guys, they're all business right now.
Well, you're feeding 10,000 people. And remember, this is very dangerous for barbecue guys, and I'll tell you why. When you come to a place like New York, everyone thinks they're an expert.
Yeah.
So everyone's standing on line here. They got a little green egg at home. They have their little apron their shitty wife gave them for Father's Day. All the weekend warriors are here, you know what I mean? And they're all in authority on something.
It's really funny you should say that, because I was walking down, 26th Street, I guess, and walking by a lot of the barbecue setups, and you see the hardcore foodies. This is what's so fascinating to me. And they have these charts, and they're studying, and they're like, no, we got to save blue smoke for after 1 o'clock.
Right, exactly.
Let's go over here and start here. And they're
like that.
And then I saw other people kind of checking off something on their charts as they were making their way down 26th Street.
So I start every year with the same. I go and I start with U-Bahns every year. So I had a wing for breakfast.
Yeah.
Then I walked to Fox Brother and I had brisket.
Beautiful.
Hot piece of brisket.
Right.
Then I went to Sam Jones, and then I ran into some Food Network static.
See, we're very different. I had Fruit Loops for breakfast.
Jesus, Opie. So, Opie, this is my buddy Stan Hayes, Operation Barbecue. Stan, tell him what the hell you do.
So, Operation Barbecue Relief is a disaster relief organization, and we go out and we serve barbecue to the people that have been affected by disasters and the first responders that come to those communities to help them.
Unbelievable. The last time I worked with Stan, we were in Northern California during the fires.
Yeah.
And we're serving food, and I look at this guy, I'm like, Your house didn't burn down, bro.
You could tell there was no soot on his face.
He
or
was
his hair.
sootless.
He was sootless. Get to the back of the line.
Get to the back of the line, sir.
But
this isn't a barbecue event. There's people that have no homes.
That must be a testament to how good the food is.
The food is
though.
that good. I mean, the first responders used to call OBR's tent the Ritz-Carlton because they would get food. You know, Salvation Army would come and they would give you a brick with whipped cream on it.
Right.
And then OBR was just doing stuff that was, I mean, it was awesome. Guy Fieri was cooking with, well, he was yelling at me the whole time.
Why is Guy Fieri yelling at you as he's trying to feed people that are in need?
I drink through the whole thing. I was like I was at the Super Bowl. No one said I was a good person.
You can even drink through a forest fire?
Oh, I got nervous. I thought it was still going on. God. That sounds awful. I drank through a forest fire.
Are you guys international?
So we haven't moved international now. It's pretty much continental United States. However, you know, having met Jose Andres earlier this year and a chance to, you know, meet with World Central Kitchen, his organization, you know, we're going to explore what opportunities there are, even if it's to help provide some volunteers for them, but also vice versa here in more of the continental United States, because we have the equipment,
right?
And he's got a lot of connections with chefs and restaurants and locations to where, you know, there's opportunities to partner. And I'm a firm believer that different nonprofits working together make things stronger.
Right.
Not that they're going to take my dollar and I don't want them to be around.
How many people have you fed?
We're just over 1.75 million hot barbecue meals in the last 7 years.
And getting back to Carl's point, so a lot of people are getting online that didn't need the meal because the food is so good.
Yeah.
I would assume, though, a lot of those people, they eat your barbecue, they know you're doing a good thing, and then maybe they go to a website or something to help fund this thing.
You know, we get a lot of donations during disasters. I mean, that's when we make the majority of the revenue for the organization is when the disasters. So times like this where we haven't had anything and it's been a very quiet spring, you know, we come out and do events and we try to be in the public eye, but we have to continue to engage our volunteers, because if we don't keep them engaged, you know, they'll go find something else to do, and we have too many people that are vital to the organization to let them just walk.
Right. Man, he's a humanitarian,
He is
Carl.
a human. I told you, I know some good people.
I
man.
like this.
And it's an organ. You know, there's so many people that, you know, doing the Food Network stuff and stuff. There's people like, oh, can you do something for my organization? And even though the end result is good, I don't like whatever it is they're doing. I don't even understand it.
Right.
But it's barbecue.
Yeah, exactly.
So I understand. Like the end product is delicious.
Yeah. Where's
It's comfort food, you know?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Is there a website where people can help the organization out?
Absolutely. They can go to obr.org, and from there's a donation link right on the homepage. There's a volunteer link. There's more information probably on the website than they can find in a short amount of time.
Oh, perfect.
What a freaking good guy,
Is
man.
it Stan good, man?
Yeah, I feel like an asshole right now talking to you.
You should.
I should?
Guy helps people out. You just sit in the Upper West Side and order your green juice.
I help people out. I help
Hey, you
them
know
with
what?
laughs.
You're helping us out right now. You know what?
Yeah, there you go.
See that, Opie?
I'm just fucking around. Thank you, brother. Well,
Stan Hayes, isn't he the best?
Stan is the best. This is my first time at the Big Apple BBQ.
I can't wait for something to blow up so I can go eat some barbecue.
Where's Princess? Did we?
There she is. She's in pain. She got a tattoo in the middle of the event.
What's up, Princess?
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Y'all laugh every time I talk.
Right, Stan?
I was. Last night was so much fun.
Man, we had such a great time. That fried chicken, what you think?
It was amazing.
Yeah, next level.
It was pretty cool because they brought over the fried chicken, the drinks were flowing, the whiskey. We were taking pulls off some nice bourbons last night.
Oh, my God.
And you guys,
I take great joy in overfeeding people. It's like one of my greatest hobbies.
right?
Opie was eating chicken. You looked great yesterday, drinking out of a bottle, eating chicken.
I got a horrible reputation. I eat fried chicken. I drink
No,
a
you
little
do.
bourbon.
Actually, now that you mention it, every time we've gone out, you've eaten fried chicken.
All right, well.
All right, I take that back.
See, here's the difference. I don't do it every day like you.
Well, I'm a professional.
You are a
I
professional.
do it for America.
I see you got some new ink there.
I do. Billy Journey took me to Smith Street Tattoo Parlor in Brooklyn, and you know.
Did you see all the hipsters on their unicycle? I hate those.
Right?
Wearing
Some
astronaut
serious
helmets and
French bulldog from a shelter. Ugh.
We used to do a bit on the old radio show about the hipsters in Brooklyn, where you just take 2 items and put them together, and how they walk around in Brooklyn.
Astronaut helmet.
I promise you, it's a lot different.
So it's like a ski mask and sandals, or like a cape.
Oh my God! And they're all from
Yazoo.
Wisconsin.
With yoga pants.
I think she needs an Ubon tattoo, sort of like,
Look at
you know,
that.
something like
Yeah.
Damn, that's a nice tattoo.
I've got another. I've got a chicken that my daughter drew. That's my next one. But I had Billy Durney took me to his personal tattoo artist, and
Was he there?
he was. Look,
Did he talk to him angrily like he does to everyone? Hey, listen, this is my friend. You treat her right, or I'm going to punch you in the face. Thank you.
he
We're all
showed
family.
up. That dude, we're all family.
He ends it with that. Hey, cocksucker, we're all family, all right? Your mother, by the way. Goodbye. Billy
That
Durney.
dude showed up with 2 bags of barbecue, and the shop shut down. Like, people were in the middle of the tattoo, and they're like, we'll be back. We got to go eat some snacks. And, so he stayed with me. So I had to, like, look like a tough guy the whole time, but I had to look like the princess, too. So my smile looked a little distressed.
A little rough, huh?
It hurt, but, man, it's awesome.
Is that a cover-up?
Yeah, I covered up.
Would you like to know what she's covering up, Carl?
Say the Cuban.
Yeah, it did. It was after you fed me that time. I fell in love.
That one time a car broke down in Yazoo City.
What a night.
I went to go see my mom in jail.
I was fascinated by Yazoo City last night. How many people live down there?
We've probably got 8,000 people in
You
our
just
little
met.
town.
You met people.
I met
Yeah,
the,
we're
the
all
good
here.
ones.
You're all here. It's a cool town though.
Yeah.
We're gonna take you down there.
Is there a Starbucks nearby?
No. We just got Walmart in March.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah,
All
like
right.
upscale.
Now you got the
Upscale.
Chinese making your clothes.
Right,
Perfect.
right.
But I mean, what I like about the small towns is they don't have. I was joking. When you go away and you see a Starbucks and a TGIF and all that franchise crap, I hate that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got like a McDonald's and a Sonic and a Church's and a Popeyes, and that's about it.
That's a pretty good setup.
I mean,
Yes.
it works. It's no Waffle House, but
That doesn't work.
It's no waffle.
It doesn't work though. I mean, down where you guys are, the mom and pop joints must be amazing.
Right,
To
right.
eat at.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
But so why would you be excited that they could go to Popeyes or they could go to your joint?
We've got a couple of steakhouses that are amazing. We've got a couple of sandwich spots that are really good. We've got one place in the hood that is just, I think it would frighten most people, but they have some of the best sandwiches and burgers.
Wait, you got a
ever.
hood down there?
Like, it's all the hood.
It's all the hood.
Yeah, Terrence calls me Sweet Bean, the East Side Ghetto Queen.
Wow. Sweet bean.
Very, very nice. Yeah, of course.
I remember when I was looking at your tattoo when I was like 14. I said, I'm going to get a tattoo. And my grandfather says, come here, you dummy. He says, the odds of you becoming a criminal are 1,000%. He says, don't get earrings or tattoos because that's how they'll find you.
He probably,
Grandpa was awesome.
he probably wanted to say, wait till you get to prison and then you can get the tattoo.
Get it done with
Much
a big
cheaper
pen.
that way.
Right.
Have your new first boyfriend make it. And put his name on there.
Oh, my God.
Second day, huh? We're slow out of the gate, Ope.
No, we're not.
I don't feel that good.
You don't. Well, I mean, he was up
You
till
played
5:30.
Bubbles last night,
Oh,
so
I
that'll
played
do it
Bubbles
to you.
last night and went out with Sam Jones till 5:30.
Explain playing bubbles. I found that impressive. We were all taking pulls off. What were we drinking last night? I know some
Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
Eagle Rare, Jim
Yeah.
Beam.
We were all just taking some nice pulls, and then
You
everyone.
were kissing the bottle.
Kissing the
Is
bottle.
that good? Oh, is that what
yeah,
it's called?
kissing the bottle. Just a little taste.
Just a
Carl
little
was playing Bubbles. Oh,
I apologize for the cold sore you're going to get Tuesday.
damn it. And if you kept your mouth shut, I would have blamed that on Carl, too.
I just figured the high alcohol is burning off everything
No.
that you could get.
Cold sores don't go away.
Right.
You don't even know what you're getting from my dad.
Opie caught the herpes.
Oh, no. But then everyone was like chanting for Carl to do bubbles.
Yeah.
And I did it.
It was pretty impressive, Carl.
And I forgot who I was.
And then someone didn't get it on video, so you had to do it
before or
again.
Yeah. Someone's like, oh, I want to record that. Do it again. I'm like, I'm a human being here. I'm going to die.
But we've all seen you eat, and we assume you drink the way you eat.
Oh, I
so.
do.
Did you remember doing the Facebook Live last night at midnight?
Nope. Did I say anything crazy?
They're always crazy. I just get a notification. I was good. I was back in the hotel, and I get Carl Ruiz is live.
Oh, boy.
Midnight? This has got to be good.
Oh, my. Did you see his face? He panicked.
I do panic. I don't remember a lot of stuff. I'm starting to black out a lot.
Oh, that's good.
Which is good because it feels like almost like time travel.
Right.
It's almost like a nap.
I'm like, holy shit, Tuesday. Fuck.
Where am I today?
Am I at a wedding?
Hey, where's your pops? I want to say hi to Gary, man.
He's,
Oh, there he is.
we're-
Gary! Hey, Gary! I feel like I know the guy now. After he beat the hell out of me last night for 2 hours straight.
He beat the shit.
Oh, my God, did he?
Oh, Sam's giving you the card, Ope.
Thank you, brother.
I don't even get a card.
OperationBBQRelief.org if you want to donate and help the cause. That's awesome. That's a great thing you guys do.
All the barbecue fans that listen to this, do the right thing, you fucking slouches.
Yeah, of course. A few bucks go a long way.
Seriously, stop buying NASCAR sweaters and do the right thing.
I want to talk to Gary.
Gary's coming.
He's the rock star. He's the big get here.
I know, but he knew you yesterday, but that doesn't mean he knows you today.
Oh, he knows me.
He knows.
He knows me.
He's talking to somebody.
He's acting like he doesn't know you're a big deal. He's acting like he's the big deal.
He is the big deal.
Yes, so.
He's way bigger of a deal here than
Yes,
I
sir.
am.
He started doing competition barbecue in 1989. By
Well, I was in
91,
high school.
he was winning grand championships everywhere, and I mean, he burned it up.
Gary!
There you are.
Top of the day to you, lads. How in the world are you?
I'm good. You guys did it up right last night. I had a good time.
Oh, did I see you last night?
I told you he don't know you.
I had a large time last night. That was really good. I
was
enjoyed
fun.
that. I have never had time pass by as fast in my life. If all my life passed by that fast, I'd be dead tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, tell him what your theory of life, what life is like.
As I get a little older, I realize that life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. And I'm almost to that cardboard dirter,
Do you know what a dirter is?
I don't know what
A
a
dirter is that cardboard center. The kids do it and they say, dirter, dirter, dirter. That's a dirter. We never stop learning. See, this is all part of the learning process. Never stop learning, because then you might die.
Right, I hear you. You've been at this a long time, Gary. Can you tell me the history of U-Bon?
Well,
And who did it start with?
U-Bon, the sauce was made for my grandmother and we'll go back to the start. They used to make this sauce up every 4th of July.
What year are we talking about?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't in the world yet, so I don't know. But my grandmother and grandfather did this, and they would cook a whole hog or a side of beef every 4th of July. And they would mix this sauce up in a number 3 tub, stir it with a boat paddle that Granddad probably fished with the day before. Health department frowns on that right now. They don't like you doing that.
I think it would add a little flavor, Gary. I'm with you on
So
that.
there's a scale. Oh, okay, never mind.
Right.
But then my daddy condensed that recipe down to a gallon, and then I started making 100 gallons, and now we're making
Truckloads.
thousands of
Truckloads
gallons.
at a time.
Actually,
But
truckload.
it came from that far back. And I got my grandmother died in the mid-'70s, and my aunt had a original handwritten recipe in my grandmother's handwriting on cardstock and had it laminated and sent that to me. And she said, I thought of all the grandkids, you might like to have this. It was the recipe for U-Bon's barbecue sauce.
Wow.
And I said, okay, let's see how much us Roark boys do a lot of tinkering with stuff. I said, I'm going to see if Daddy changed it. But I went right down the line. She sauteed her onions in butter because she didn't have a dehydrated onion at that time. And that's what I used, but that's the only difference in how she made it and
To this
how
day.
we made it.
And
Yeah.
people seem to love it, so.
Oh, it's the
Do you guys got a factory down there?
My factory was a closed-in portion of my 2-car garage that was inspected by the health department. I used to make it 100 gallons at a time.
That's unbelievable.
And I would make it and hand bottle it. I've got a dispenser on the side of my bat.
Right.
And I even upgraded. I got 2 dispensers where I can have 2 people working.
Looks like me and you got a job, Ope.
Yeah, I like that.
Cost of living's lower down there.
No kidding, it is.
Man, what are we doing up here?
I don't know.
What a mess. There's T. T made the chicken.
T did make the chicken last night. That chicken was unbelievable.
Wasn't that good?
Good chicken.
Hey, well, don't worry about it. We got more chicken on the way.
Oh, he's making it again.
So if you ain't ready, you better get ready.
We're going to have some yard birds.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What stories last night, huh, Garrett?
Do what now?
You told some stories yesterday.
As we
Well,
call it in the
and,
South,
you
that
know, that was-
barnyard pimp.
They might have been a little bit induced by some a type of liquid consumption there that might hinder that process today.
Oh, my God. It was so funny. Just talking about the South and crazy shit.
I like to joke about the midget trying to buy a horse. Do you remember telling that one, Gary?
yeah, I do remember that.
Midget going to buy a horse. You don't even have to tell a joke after that, right? You can just say midget goes and buys a horse. You're good.
I just want to make sure Gary remembered telling that. Because at that point, we were down to my my cell phone. What a mess last night with all
Cell
that.
phone was pretty good.
It did all right. It did the job.
Well,
So
you know, I do have another story if you'd like me.
Oh, please.
we live for it,
We
Gary.
live for him, Garrett.
This real pretty lady, and some of these Southern ladies are just really quite gorgeous.
I'm looking at one
This
right
one-
across from here.
This was she was outstanding, and she had a little dog that couldn't he couldn't hear, so she took him to her friend at the vet office, and he said he's just got some extra hair growing in his ears, and said you need to he took it out. He said, now look, to save money, he said, don't come back. He said, this is gonna happen again. He said, go to the drugstore and buy you some Nair or something for to remove hair. Well, the druggist, when this lady said, can you tell me where the Nair is, he came out behind the counter. He's gonna get that first-rate service. And she said, I need something to remove hair. And he said, well, this should work right here. He said, now, if you put it on your legs, just be careful, don't wear pantyhose because it'll hurt. She said, oh, it's not for my legs. He said, well, if you put it under your arms, then just be sure, but you don't put sleeves on because it'll chafe you. She said, it's not for my underarms. And he kind of turned his head sideways and real confused. And he said, well, what's it for? She said, it's for my schnauzer. He said, oh, in that case, don't ride a bicycle for at least a week.
I love those old school jokes. I can listen to that shit
I can listen
all day. Oh my God.
I shout.
But see, I've been listening to him for 45 years, and I call that one number 7.
Number 7?
Yeah, because he's got a million of them, and he'll start to tell me, and I'll say, no, Daddy, I've heard that. That's number 7.
Well, and
but
it's
you
kinda
can
like-
tell me number 10.
How about-
we have a penal institution there, not too far away, and they let these guys out every afternoon, and they sit around a little old spot and all visit. They had a new guy come in, hadn't been there but a day or two, and they've sitting around, and all of a sudden somebody said 22. Man, they all fell out laughing, started slapping knees. It was just, and then not too long after that, another one said 45, and man, they all just started laughing. Well, the new guy said, what's going on? He said, we've all been here so long, so we don't tell a joke, we've numbered them all.
See, that's my
Tell
life.
one. He said, can I try it? And he said, yeah, I'll try it. He said, number 6. And everybody, He said, what's the matter? He said, well, some can tell them and some can't.
Hey, dudes, something awesome just happened.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody
Oh,
just
yeah.
brought y'all some Bloody Mary oyster shooters.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
All
so
right.
good.
Eat anything, man.
Wow.
That doesn't bite him first.
It bites
Not
you
for me,
first, you eat
yeah.
it twice.
Believe me, I'll get some.
Oh my God.
That good?
Wow.
Is that good? The Bloody Mary makes it.
God,
oh, man.
who made those?
Asen from Florida. We come up to join these guys for the barbecue. It's the Ubon's Bloody Mary mix.
You're the
We used to
Timbers in Sanibel.
Right, Timbers of Sanibel. We've been here 40 years this October. But we come up and we make these oyster shooters. We used to make our own oyster shooter mix with chili sauce and horseradish and lemon. We started buying Ubon's Bloody Mary for the bar. And I said, this stuff is so good, we don't have to make our own shooter mix. Just cut it with vodka, and it's consistent, and it's great. And people said, what's your secret recipe? And I point to the bottle and I say, and you can buy it at Costco.
It's at Publix now. They're in Publix.
now.
Yeah, they're moving.
So it's of course you have a fresh oyster, but the U-Bohn's Bloody Mary, it's thick, it's tasty, it's spicy, it's everything you can want.
that was perfect.
And look,
that
in
was
the South we'd say, "Can I get an amen on that?"
Gary, what's the dirtiest joke you know?
The what?
The dirtiest one. Let's go right to the top.
Oh no,
Right
I
to the top.
that's
Come on,
number
princess,
one.
help him out.
See, he doesn't tell me dirty jokes because I'm his baby. That would be rude. But Daddy, tell us a good one.
Well, there is this one.
Oh my God, he's whispering.
Oh no, is that?
Is
There's
this a
this
racial
one.
joke?
And
I hope so.
look, I'm not used to talking like this. But this Irishman went into the bar and he sat down and he was all distraught, you know, and the bartender said, "Jimmy, my boy, what's troubling you today?" He said, well, you know, he took him a pull off his beard and he said, you know that fence going out to the lighthouse? Said every stone with me bare hand, but did they call me Jimmy the Walk Builder? No. He took another drink of his beer and he said, you know the fence around the church? Built it with me bare hands. Did they call me Jimmy the Fence Builder? No, but you fuck one goat.
You made my mama blush over there.
Is that Mama? Is that Mama? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
That's one of you. I'm like, anyone that pats me like that when I put a mic in their face,
She
I
patted
know.
you like you just told her you were terminal.
Right. It's like, no, I'm good.
What stage are you?
Right. The ninja, what's up?
Oh man, just rolling today. You know, this is a wide open day. This is game day, and got here at 6 a.m. Kicked the smokers off, got the grills going, and we're rolling some Mississippi style chicken wings out. Just faster than we can keep up with it.
That party, I don't know if it was a party. That hang, I should say, last night was
Anywhere
awesome.
Carl is a party.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
No kidding. We're in the middle of a meeting at Westwood One, and it turns into a party with this guy.
He slips his airplane bottle out, Chris Jameson, and takes it down.
You had the problems I had. You drink too.
Well,
Carl, tone it down. These guys are.
I don't. I still
big
drink.
wigs at
So, you know,
Westwood.
that's all good.
I wanted to ask you about noodling. We didn't get to that last night.
Yeah, noodling. You know, in the South or where I'm from, we call it hand grabbing. It's where catfish live in dark places, flathead catfish, and it can be an old tire, or it can be a barrel, or it can be a little cave, a rock cave or something. And what you do is you basically stick your hand in there and entice the catfish to bite it.
Entice.
Gary's making fun of him.
And you know, of course, as you can see with the forearm I have, that's a catfish belly right there. It's got to be a big catfish to get around this thing.
So you've done the noodle.
Yeah, I have. You know, and it's redneck shit. I mean, it's what we do. It's like a Saturday afternoon, a Tuesday afternoon. It doesn't matter. Let's just go to the lake and jump in and whoop out some catfish. You know,
What was the biggest one you grabbed out of the hole?
it's probably around 30 pounds.
A
you
30
know?
pound.
30 pounds.
Where you stuck your arm in and that catfish grabbed
bid down on it,
and then you
then
pulled it
just
right the
hold
hell
it
out.
and pull it out.
Gary, would you do any of that?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that noodling?
No.
Hell
Am
no.
I going to? No. I would be terrified. The water would be a different color brown when if I stuck my hand in a catfish mouth. Because I have heard of them that do that, and the snake comes out and just coils around their arm, and no,
Is there
the
poison-
water would be a different color.
Yeah, is there
for sure.
poisonous snakes down there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you're not scared of the snakes or anything else that might be living in those holes?
You just get out of sight, out of mind. You know, you can't think about it. But if you see one, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm walking on water then. This fat boy's fixing to roll out of that joint real quick.
What about the alligators?
You know, I've gotten into alligator over the last few years. You know, killed 3 of them. You know, we've killed a 10-footer and a couple of 7-footers. And you know, 2 years ago, went for the first time. And, you know, first time we went out there, we rode. We, you know, shined the alligator's eyes, threw the rod, hooked it, you know, went over and then got the tow hook in it, came to the top. And about that time, a 10-foot alligator came to the top of the water.
Shit.
And that's the moment you're like, holy shit, we got a 10-foot alligator in this.
Right.
It's right here, you know, and then it, you know, does its death roll, and you just kind of turn loose of it, and it'll wear itself out after a little while.
Craig,
And once it does that, it's done.
Let me ask you something, Craig. Who do you hand your beer to and they'll say, watch this shit?
The closest person, I can tell you that. Because when you got a 10-foot alligator hook, you got to watch your shit, or else you're in that water with
I
it.
never have wanted to hunt anything that might hunt me back.
Well, you know,
That is
adrenaline junkie, you know, just once you do it, it's
Now, do you cook it up? What do you do?
Oh yeah. We got to where I can clean them now. I can, you know, once we do it, just basically got a razor blade knife and cape it out down the scales, and then lay the tail open and flay out as forward.
What do you do with the skin? You make a boot? You make boots?
We got some skins in the freezer, so that's the plan.
The ones I've
That's
seen
the
have
plan.
never had no damn boots on. And they probably wouldn't be my size anyway, so I don't alligator.
Yeah.
I don't
we got
alligator.
plans to, you know, we want to do something cool, like everybody that went and hunted, make belts or a wallet or
Right.
something like that.
That's
So yeah,
awesome.
it's real.
Is it good eating?
Wonderful eating.
Alligator, really?
Wonderful eating.
Kind of
Yes,
like a
it
hawk.
is. Or a blackbird. You know, it's kind of like, but you got to boil it a long time like a blackbird. And,
Blackbird or a hawk?
yeah.
In the Northeast, we say
hey,
it
yeah.
tastes just like chicken. Down there, it
Yeah.
tastes just like a hawk.
It's always funny whenever someone compares anything to a hawk.
I had frog
Red
legs
tail.
once, and they said tastes just
Yeah.
like chicken. No, it doesn't. It tastes like shit.
It tastes like a hawk
It's
or a blackbird.
horrendous.
But
Yeah.
I mean, a red-tailed hawk, really. You know,
There's a difference.
yeah,
He's got personality, that's right. He has personality.
I'm an honorary member of the Florida Airboat Association.
Oh, and we
wow.
made you an honorary redneck last
I
night.
am honorary
Yeah.
redneck. What do you mean?
Honorary redneck.
So they took us out on the airboats, and they took us to show us this little cabin that the president used to use. Like during World War II, they used to take him out on an airboat out in the middle of nowhere. It's got a presidential seal and everything. It's
What
crazy.
state are we talking?
Florida.
Florida.
And the Everglades. So I'm out there and I see all the gators and stuff, and I said to the guy, I says, you can really get rid of someone out here, huh? The gators will come and bite the shit out of you. It's the 3 feet of water. He goes, let me tell you something, boy. He goes, we leave you out here. Once the sun goes down, the mosquitoes are so bad, that guy will be looking for an alligator. Oh, wow. It is incredible. We went out nighttime spear fishing for frogs, and this guy sits in front of the airboat, completely dark, with a flashlight in his teeth, and he sees the frogs swimming, and he spears them right there.
Well, we hand grab them. We don't
You hand grab them.
Yeah,
hand
we
grab
do
This
that
guy was,
because-
oh my God, he was
Yeah.
crazy.
You're like hanging off the front of the boat, and they pull you up there, and you just snatch.
I mean, I never seen anything like it.
Now, my job was always to hold the light because I wasn't going to grab no frog. It might be a snake bite.
Gary, you're scared of snakes.
I don't like a snake. I do not like a snake.
You know, Bubba Ruiz has a ring. You know,
Bubba Ruiz, that's my
Yeah,
new name.
you know.
Bubba the Cuban.
So, what did the president had meetings out there, or
Yeah, they
or
would
was
go
it
out
a
there
place to go just to do some
They would
hunting?
go out there because there was no way to listen to them or nothing, and they would have
kidding.
certain meetings out there. It was crazy, and you could look it up. It took me like a day to find it on Google, but it's there.
The Everglades scare the hell out of me.
Dude, the Everglades.
What would happen if you were out there for the night for real?
Well, we were out there.
I mean, but you're on an airboat. I'm talking like.
Let me tell you something. There's literally an inch between you and a gator on an airboat, and if that thing wants to bite you, it'll bite. I'm like, can I sit higher on this thing? So I would sit up with the captain because it was terrifying.
Right.
They would come right up to the airboat. They would bump it, and they were mean. These are wild. They haven't seen anybody.
Right.
And we'd come back to the base where they park all the boats. And the first night that we were out there, we're cooking gators and eating and drinking. So I walk a little too far to go take a piss, and they're all just sitting there. Wow. They all come back with you.
Right.
Because they throw the scraps out, right? Right out.
We feed them chicken.
Yeah. Oh my God. They threw a chicken, and you just hear this thing just crack. Boom.
That's
Gone.
it.
Oh, it's gone. It's incredible.
over.
It's like a fucking dinosaur.
Really?
It's not even like a regular animal. It's like looking at a dinosaur.
Right.
I hate them.
I would love to try to catch one though.
No, you wouldn't, man. I've been around you long enough. That'd scare your ass so bad.
Oh, look, give him two fruity drinks and he'd be ready to
Back
catch
to the
an
fruity
alligator.
drinks. No, I would. For real though. I mean, all
I'll
kidding
show
aside,
you a
I would
video
love.
and you're gonna scream when you
Really?
see this damn alligator.
You're gonna
Like a little girl.
Did you say earlier what kind of rig do you use? And bait?
Well, it's you go at night,
Right.
And it's really hot, and you think we talked about mosquitoes, but I mean they're like thick as thieves in Brooklyn, and you go out there with a Q-beam, you know, a strong light, and you go across the water, and their eyes reflect. And once you hit their eyes, you go over to them with a trolling motor real quiet, and then you use a treble hook on a rod, and you cast it over where you see the eyes, and then you hook it. And once you hook it, it'll sink to the bottom, and you just situate the boat over the top of it, and you throw out a treble hook and a draw line, and you hook it, and you pull it to the top. And then when you pull it to the top, it death rolls.
See, to do it, you have to catch them with the hook first. Then you get them on the boat, and you can actually shoot them then.
Yeah, you
but
shoot
you're
them.
not allowed to shoot them until you get them to the boat.
Right.
That sounds like a technicality.
It sounds
you know, if things get squirrely, man, you're killing that dude. You know, you're like, it's gone. You know,
Unbelievable.
But
and they're mean. They're mean all the way to the last second. They're dead.
What's the meanest thing in the Everglades besides the alligators?
Well, he's not in the Everglades. He's in Mississippi. He's in the Delta.
In the Mississippi Delta, my mama.
And my mama too.
All right. DT, yeah.
Which does remind me of another story.
All right. Oh, yes. Let's go, Gary.
We're all in.
You know, rednecks are phenomenal for saying, "Hold my beer and watch this shit."
Right.
Well, these two alligators were watching these two rednecks on the shore. He said, one alligator was just monstrous, and the other one was just, you know, no belly at all. He said, "Man," he said, how come you're so big?" He said, "Well, I just eat rednecks." He said, "Well, I do too." He said, What's the difference?" He said, "Man," he said, "I slip up to the bank," and said, "I just catch them when they're fishing." He said, "I ease up to the bank," said, "I reach up and grab them." He said, "Well, kind of what I do." He said, "Well, tell me how you catch them." He said, "Well, man, I start flapping my jaws, and when I get to them," and he said, and I reach and grab him. He said, "Oh, that's what's wrong." I said, "You ain't getting nothing but redneck shit and tennis shoes."
Man, this guy.
guy.
I've been listening to these for 21 years. I mean,
I hadn't heard that one.
I hadn't heard that one either. That's why
I heard that one either, but that was a good one.
I know. I'm sitting there like, where'd that one come from? You know?
That's number 64.
It's something about Carl that brings out the worst in me.
Well, I don't think you're the only one.
I bring the worst out of everyone. That's my attorney.
Well, I'm not going to say anything about Opie, though. See, I just met him. I will give him hell tomorrow.
Okay.
Right.
It's nothing like hearing a good old Butterbean song, or you know, talking about your babies like a streetcar.
Oh yeah, now when we sang the blues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh, I love the blues.
Don't get no better than her being your drawer. You're trying to reach inside a drawer for a dresser. Just classic.
You want him to sing,
That's
right?
classic, Poppy.
You want him to sing?
Let's get it. Let's get it, Poppy.
You want him to sing his blues song,
Let's
right?
get it, Poppy.
I would love to have Gary sing a blues song.
Let's get it, Poppy.
The Billy Dirty bullshit one.
Okay, I'm being interrupted by David Rose.
I'm being interrupted by David.
I
Well,
thought
you
you
know,
weren't
that's-
going to be here till later.
That's what.
I
That's
thought
what
I had
you
all this
expect
by
from a
myself.
Jew.
Listen now, my kid went 3 for 4, and he struck a kid out on the hill, so it was worth it to be there.
Hey, that is
Congratulations.
good. I would have been there too.
Yeah, we got Gary's going to sing a blues song.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing.
Which one?
My baby
baby
like
like
a
a
streetcar.
Yeah.
She did roll from side to side. I said my baby's like a streetcar. She did roll from side to side. I said my baby's like a streetcar. Just gotta get on and ride. Well, I wish you was a dresser, baby, so I could look inside your drawer. Well, I wish you was a dresser, baby, so I can look inside your drawer. I said my baby's like a streetcar.
Yeah.
Just gotta get on and ride. That's the best I can do.
That is
That's
awesome.
a compliment.
I like that. Yeah.
Sounds like my
Man, you
wedding
didn't
song.
even get it that good from Elvis.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That gets the girls, doesn't it? That gets the girls.
We love to do. In fact, in years gone by, we've always brought a guitar up, and you know, rednecks with beer, barbecue, and a guitar. Oh, we can make a fool out of ourselves, and we've done a lot of times right here on this street. Had the best time.
Unbelievable.
You got to find a guitar, man.
We got one. Oh, but you play the guitar, right?
A little bit. Nothing
So
that
guess
I would
what?
brag about.
So Chef Matt just showed up with more food. So we
Oh,
got
this is so good,
this
guys.
Is a summer roll.
Oh,
We've used
this
some
is-
of our chicken. It's got some of our Bloody Mary salad in it, some mint, some strawberries.
Wow.
Someone else has to talk to Phil about.
That's the great thing about up here is you get to sample some of the best from all. It's fantastic.
Oh,
It's just fantastic.
Papa, you want one?
No, baby.
These are delicious.
Wow, that's
You like that,
really
Opie?
good. Awesome.
That's really good. Oh, my mom's calling. She must know I'm having a good time.
I gotta walk the food down.
Oh, Jesus, Opie, you're eating the whole thing with just a sample.
I eat.
I know, but this isn't a buffet, bro. We're doing a podcast.
That's how good it is.
Hey, why don't you have Gary announce the winners of your contest?
Do we have the winners yet?
Oh man, we've got the winners. I think David needs to do that.
Yeah, David, why don't you read them, David? Explain to them what we did.
All right, so Carl and I got drunk. We ate a lot of Chinese food, probably more than a human amount. And then we went to a cigar bar, got more drunk, and we were smoking cigars. And Carl was like, "Hey, nobody knows anything about barbecue. Let's ask the pitmasters questions from like people out there in the world, right?" We got over 500 questions, and we picked 10 of them. And those 10 people are all going to get a Ubon's prize pack.
Do these packages come with Jupons?
And these packages come with whatever they get. No, seriously, it's going to be Ubon's Bloody Mary mix. We're going to send the barbecue and the hot and spicy to you. And we're also going to send some of the 5th generation Gary's Ubon sauce. I don't know if y'all heard about it or not, but that's Gary's grandmother's recipe.
Love.
Wow.
Love.
Terrific stuff.
That's a lot of love right there.
Very appreciative.
If it was up to Opie, we would have had 2 questions.
Oh my God. Are you guys going to actually sit down and answer these questions
Well,
later or something?
Yeah, we got Gloria in the house. You know she'll do all that shit.
All right.
Hey, T, you watching my girl Megan over there? She hammered yet?
Oh yeah, she's good.
You whistle.
got her back.
You whistle at me when she's good and ready.
Oh yeah, we got her back. We got her back.
The prosecutor's right there.
Oh yeah.
What I do is I do the old catch and release. I bring them here,
Yeah.
make sure someone else gets them drunk, and then I just scoop it up at the end.
At the end of the day.
Catch and release.
Catch and release. We noodle in Jersey. It's just a little bit different.
They leave a bigger mark, though.
Oh my God, you ain't kidding. $1 million.
Here I go back to the snakes again.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Snakes and schnauzers. Oh my God.
This party's just beginning. On the next episode, we'll revisit some of these Southern charmers and even hear more stories from Gary when Opie and Carl bring you right in the middle of the Big Apple BBQ. Once again, leave us a 5-star review and write something clever at Apple Podcasts. Buy a hat or t-shirt at opieradio.com and stop by your favorite fried chicken or barbecue joint, sip on some bourbon or a grandpa beer, and be all set for the big finale at the Big Apple BBQ on Opie Radio. And now take it away, Man in Black.
I hear that Opie's coming. He's got that Cuban friend who knows the finest people who drink like there's no end. We'll be back in New York City, the Big Apple BBQ.
First burp on the new podcast.
There you go.
With that funny Carl Ruiz and my main man Greg Hughes.
They love sounds on podcasts.
Nick Solaris just walked up to the podcast. What's going on, Nick?
Opie, how are you, mate?
Last time I saw you, we were having a good time last night.
I'm surprised you remember it, quite frankly.